Playoff football has come to Northeast Ohio at Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Coming up, divisional round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Cleveland Browns. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. Quick throw to Collins. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Stroud to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 67 yards. And the Texans are on the board first here in this division round matchup. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Over the middle, complete to Judy. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown in the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They'll run on first down. Rich. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 9.
19 Texans. At 18. That's it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Rich. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
This now a 3rd and 4. Now Stroud. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
And with the snow here, maybe asking too much of the kicker to try a field goal, so instead, offense on the field, they'll go for it on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Browns nothing. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. There's a short one caught by Famine. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Rifles one that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
On first down, Rich. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Stroud wants to change it up with an audible. 2nd and 11. Short throw caught by Pitts. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go. Let's go.
Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
They'll run on first down. Rich. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Noel, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0.
Browns nothing. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Off the play fake. Brock. This will be caught. Judy. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Brock. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The extra point splits the uprights. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Browns 7.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go.
They run the counter. Rich. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, south.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 54-yard punt return there. And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Browns 14.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here. 1st and 10. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Play action. Stroud now. Open man, that's Jaden Higgins. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I mean, it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Here we go, let's go. Hey!
Right back to him on first down. Despite this strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now 2nd and 9.
Oh, hey.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
And it brings up third down.
And Stroud now to throw. Open man is Collins. He's got it. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up fourth down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Throwing to start the drive. Brock. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. And this ball will come out to the 35.
35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
Browns 21.
Boy, they're down only 1 score. Still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Up the middle they go. Rich. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
18. What's up?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Now 2nd and 5.
Oh, ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Rich. Ooh, the juke. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 61 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field. I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
18. Hey, uno. Robin. Buggy.
Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Brock. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Brock. He finds his man. Complete. It's Gomez. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Looking to throw. Brock. Now he's going to step up and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
And the Browns, first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And, that would go right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And this one is right through. And that'll bring him back within 4. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
At their own 35-yard line.
All right.
In motion right, that's Collins. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. 3rd down and 6. Operating from the gun, Brock. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Brock. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And the Browns have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
The
extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Stroud looking to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That is caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Texans.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36.
Hey, why Tony?
The throwing again is Stroud. And this is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kyle Pitts, 35 yards. And the Texans have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Browns 31. Fairbairn to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. A solid stiff arm. On some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. They got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Looking to throw. Brock. He finds his man, complete. It's Castro. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Off the play fake. Brock. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
First down.
That goes for a gain of 31.
At the 16-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Brock. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Brock. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have regained the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Texans 35.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
18, that's it.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Over.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. To the left side, finds his receiver, Noel. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Under.
Slot man moves right. On 1st down, Rich. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 9.
Here we go. Down. 18. White go.
Throwing now is Stroud. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over in that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Stroud.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. Mike Green just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
At the 28-yard line.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw. Brock. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
And that's another throw that could have been intercepted. Part of this, you credit the defense. They've been really stingy. But he's also made some really questionable throws, and that's another one right there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at him from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Hey, south.
Stroud to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now a handoff up the middle. Rich. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. Third down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Here's first and 10.
Here we go. 11. Block.
Stroud to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
They'll come up now on second down. Up the middle they go. Rich. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Stroud looking to change the play. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Rich. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Here's Stroud. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Browns have just about sewn up this football game.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.